Hello dear viewer, I'm leesusss, and do you know what I haven't played for a while? Infinifactory. I do play it very occasionally, but I tend to play older levels and try to improve upon them every now and then if I feel the urge to tickle my brain. Now, so new levels I tend to play for you guys. I record and go from there. So we are, I skipped one here because it was really quite dull, teaching about block counters and block painters, and we're going to do this one instead on from here. So, and I've probably forgotten all of my controls because I haven't played for a while. Okay, that's the output that we've got from there. We've got that output. We've got this fella here. Looks like a big owl thing. Ortis.
The overlords have been enslaving other beings for thousands of your Earth years. That is lengthy by your understanding of time. And me? Well, let's just say I'm ancient. I was enslaved by the overlords long before Salvatros was even born.
Okay, so he's one of the guys we're working for, one of the good guys. So what I can see here, so this is a 3 block here. Okay, and then we have, okay, I can see like units of 2 here. So if you imagine taking that and probably, I imagine cutting off one end, you could do a 2. This unit's the same here. This unit's the same here. And this one we do something slightly different with. And this one is just 2 of the blocks. Oh, it could be a 3 actually. It's a 3. But you can imagine grinding bits off of that to make it into the right shapes. And over here we have, like, what's that? Like the knife switch thing. Okay, and then the corner piece that's here is what we got. And what I was looking at there was, as it produces it, I want to see, what does it produce? Does it like, how it produces them is important. So does it go 1, 2, 3 come out of the machine? It goes 1, then this one, then this one, because it makes a difference to how we handle this. See, what I can imagine is these things coming out, and then we attach these bits to units of them. But what I'm a little concerned about is if I get this wrong, what you can find is you manage to make this once, but then if you haven't allowed for how the blocks are being produced at the early stages, then things start to fall about at a later stage. You've got a degenerate solution that only works once and doesn't produce the 10 that are on here. You know, can you stop making disgusting noises behind me, dog? What the heck? He's like noises. He's just commenting on my. You're commenting on my commentary, are you? Yeah, cheeky bugger. Right. Okay. So let's reset that. So what I'm imagining then is we come out of here like this, and then we're going to unite them together. So if I okay, so I'm imagining we've got 2 to 3 different products coming out of here. Imagine these machines this comes out of here, and then we probably chop off one side and we take a block out, yeah, and we join it up with these things to make this one, or this one, or this one with the corner piece in it there. Okay, so that's outcome 1 coming out of here. But then what we need to take those blocks that we're repeatedly making, and then we join them together different ways over here. So that's one thing coming out of here. And then there's a second option, which is this bigger block coming out, the 3 piece. So at some point we're going to have to sideline one of these to make the last piece. So I need some space up here probably to run a copy of this off the side, and we'll probably use the counter block to work out when to do that. So let's send this over here, and we'll put a couple of blocks down to do that. So part the way out here. Okay, so let's imagine this. Let's do like this. How do I turn them? Like that. So that's going to cut off. Okay. And then this needs to have one more piece removed. Yeah, this corner piece here removed. Like that. So probably what we can do is... Ooh, let's be tricky. Okay, let's get one of these. No, pressing the wrong button. Like that. And then... what happens is... I think I've got it right. When it comes to here... Oh, no, did it wrong. Like that. Okay, so it takes it away. So we've got a piece taken out like that. And then what we can do is... Where did I take that out? Like that. Okay. So we're going to keep making that. And we need to marry these up with these. You can imagine putting one of those into that block there. And that makes some of those. That's good. Okay, so we want... Okay, so as it comes out to here, we've got two options. We join it with that one, join it with this one. So if we do... So what I want to do is make... What's in my urge is to put two of these next to each other and feed this onto here. But what I really want is to have this second one not go over here, but get shoved over this way. Because I want to... have number 2 joining to this and number 1 joining to one of these. So... to do that, we need a redirection. I haven't played this game for a long time, so I'm being a bit slow here. So normally it goes over here. So if we have a counter, and the counter watches... So what a counter block does is... I don't think I've got one on here. Shift. Okay, shift. And this is a counter here. We've got side counters and top counters. And it puts out a signal after a certain number of blocks going past is triggered. Top counter. Like that. How am I going to move this out? I'm trying to think. What I'm trying to think of right now is actually not the counting's the easy bit. It's when... So we can have a counter here. There we go. So there you go. So it's got a count of 2. So after the second block goes past, it should do something. It will send a signal out and you use that signal to do something. So the signal could be moving a block in to get the... Move this somewhere else. Counts once, twice, and it shoves it over this way. However, it keeps going this way because I've got the wrong conveyor belt set up. Probably I need to run conveyor belts like, if I do something like that, will that work? Or have I taken too many out? So that could go over there and then be taken this way. Okay, first of all, I've got it wrong on the timing, okay? Because these have got 2 blocks on the top. So I want it to kick off on the 4th. Yeah, I've got to be an even number, otherwise it's going to ruin the things later. So if I do this... No, what am I doing? This isn't... this is not going to work. I'm being stupid. Okay. That's better. It's nice when you find a simpler solution as well. By having this directly next to the pusher, this is the side sensor, I made the thing simpler because it just sends a signal directly to the next side, the block next to it. I don't need to have any wires on there. And as well as making the puzzle work, there's also a slight pressure to reduce the amount of blocks you use as much as possible. Okay, so let's see. So we get one block go over here. However, we've got another choice here as well, which is that we don't want to eat. Right now, we're evenly splitting this set of things coming out of here into two groups. Half of them go here and half of them go over here. But we don't want that. We want 2/3 of them to go over here and 1/3 to go over here. That means we need another. We need another sensor. Because what we can do is have another sensor over here, and when the second block goes this way, when block number 2 comes over here, okay, so what happens is, hold on, what we want to happen, number 1 goes over here, number 2 goes over here, number 3 goes over there, number 4 starts to go over this way, but when it gets to about here, something shoves it back into this sequence again. And that gives us the 3-to-1. 3-to-1 split? Or am I wrong about that? Do I want a 2-to-1 split? Well, that gives me a 2-to-1 split. The production is not quite even from here, you know. Or am I wrong there? 2-to-1. But is my maths just all wrong? Is that the problem here? Am I just being a dummy? A big, big dummy? Maybe. Yeah, this is not going to work. Okay, this is not going to work. I'm sure there's a better sorting mechanism you can use here that would do that accurate split like it wants to do over here. But I'm going to go back to the simpler method, okay? Which is that this gets changed to 6. So we're going to have to, what we're going to have to do, so what happens is 1 and 2 go over here, and then number 3 gets there. So we're going to start to build up some of these. We need to have a holding area, I think, here, where we're stacking up spare blocks, because I think these two things don't quite match up. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm just a bit worried about it. It won't work. Something's going to go wrong with the timing. Okay, I've done this before where I've done things and I've had to get halfway through and I've gone, this doesn't work, I need to make a major rethink. Okay, because I don't think making these blocks, you know, putting each one of these into here is very hard. Okay, making these shapes and then welding them all together and building the shape is not difficult. Okay, it's not like some of the shapes I've had to build before. The problem is only in the ratio timing of bringing things across, of supplying the ingredients for the build. That's where the problem lies. Okay, so let's go ahead and assume this is fine. If we catch, let's just take these across to here. We can even drop them in, which is kind of cool. No. Something like that. Let's see if that fault works. Hold on. Ah, I've gone one too far. Oh, and I haven't turned that one either. We'll get there eventually. Oh! Ah. The other one came in too fast. Okay. Maybe I need to make this one do less work. So hold on a second. Oh, okay, that brings it together. But I've forgotten something critical, which is that I need to spin these damn things around part the way through. And the problem with spinning single blocks is... so it needs to be spun twice. Is this going to work? It might work, it might not. Let's have a look. Blocks clash depending on how if you get this right or not. So these are when they're on here, they've got no forward momentum. So I need a couple of these. Is that going to spin them around? Yeah, it is. Okay, that's good. We'll have to do the same thing for those as well. That probably means now the timing's off because they get slowed down by that. It's not bad, actually. It's not bad. Then we need to weld them together, though. We need to weld them together. And at the moment, if I do it wrong, the welder's going to be in the wrong... I'm going to be in the wrong place. So I've got side welders and top welders. What's the best way to do this? We could try to get the timing exactly right, but I doubt that will work. I was thinking as this thing doesn't stop here, this big block doesn't stop here, it just keeps on going. But I think it's more likely to have... oh, I know what I can do, actually. So what I can do is have... let's just look where it comes up to. Okay, what we can do is... hold on, just double check this. We can have a... conveyor belt fitted on one of these, like this, and one of these, like that. And that will get triggered by, possibly by a sensor here. I've got to get the timing right. So that's a top sensor. Nope. Hold on. Didn't do it. It might be because this is connected to this. Let's see. Can be a bit funny about connections again. Okay. Surprised you didn't move that forward. Maybe if we take this one to here. Okay, it moves it forward. That's what I'm after. And what we can do is we can have a conveyor belt here. Doesn't go very far. And because of the shape of it, as it goes forward, it's going to carry this one forward. And then we have a couple of welders right here. Top welders. Like that. As it goes through, it gets welded. Good. So we have made, let's just say I'm not made a boo-boo, we have made this, and we can keep making these, and at some point here, we can join two of these together. Before we go any further with that, what do we do about this one? So first of all, we need this. Because that's pretty much the same. Yeah? We need that again to spin this around. And then how do we bring these two together? Because that arrives too soon. So we can't have the same thing where this one's dropping onto here. We probably need to have a loading area. Rather, not a loading area. A storage area here. So this one's going to come to here. Got this clearance on that. Stop selecting the pipes, you fool. There we go. We have got clearance. I'm imagining we're going to pass this one underneath the other conveyor belt. Is what I'm thinking of. About there, maybe? Give us a little bit of room. Yeah, this one's the one I'm more worried about with the timing. Nope. Like something like that. And then the second one will push it over, but I don't know. What we could maybe do... The second one pushes it along, or more likely, what would be useful would be, as this passes by, we send on the next block, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna go ahead for now is what we're gonna do, I think. I don't like this one being... I don't like having to use the second one to send it on. Ah, damn it. I don't like relying on the feed to send on the block. What I want to do is have it under the control of this. Oh, we're not in the right place anyway. Is that actually in the right angle? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Is that in the right... It is in the right place. Okay. It's going to drop into the right place. But what I want to have is... the arrival of this is what makes the thing move on. So in that case, we need to have a sensor here, a side sensor, like that. It's not facing the right way, that's the sensor block at the start. And then we have a conveyor belt that comes in. I actually need that one there. It's going to be there. But we need a pusher attached to it. Like that. So that's going to push into there. We get a horrible mess of wires. It's used to connect this. Again, we can't put anything onto this because it will stop the conveyor belt from moving. Let's see if this works. Moves it on. And as it moves on, we use the old welderoo trick, don't we? Off it goes. And the second one, it seems to be working, but I'm not sure. Okay. Let's assume it's working. So, over here, hold on. I want you to stop right there. Stop right there. Thank you very much. I want number 2 to come in. And as they touch, we probably want a welder about here. This is where you can get it wrong if you're not careful, because the welding blocks can join 3 blocks together, but we'll see what happens. Hold on. Okay, and because it's long enough, okay, I want this to drop off the end. Okay, And then when it lands, it gets rotated. And there's a little staging area here. Is that going to work? Let's see what it does. Okay, now you see it's not quite lined up. I don't care about that. That's not a problem. The fact it's not lined up. 1, 2. And then the third one comes in over here. Hold on. Let's watch the next one. Number 3 come in. Yes. You fall all the way down to there. You get carried along to here. And we join the two of you together. So nice. We have to rotate you as well, probably. Hold on. or we miss entirely. I was looking at the way the conveyor belt drops to. Sorry, I'm pushing all the wrong buttons here. I'm pressing shift instead of control. But this isn't actually where the block lands because of its orientation or whatever. Thingy. Is that going to work? Let's see. Sometimes these rotators get a bit funny. I want to make sure it's working okay. So, which one do we move? We probably move you to the side, I'd imagine. So as this arrives, you possibly the movement of this one carries it through to the next location. Or we need to bring this across to the side. I don't know how long it takes for the last piece to come down. I don't know. We're going to bring them together for now, I think. It all looks very good right now. Isn't it all looking positive right now? Just don't, okay? Something horrible's going to go wrong. Something is wrong with the timing or something like that. It's just how it is with Infinifactory. You know, I think I'm being so clever. And in fact, I'm not. For now, we're going to put a welder here, but this may be subject to change depending on what happens next. So that joins those two together. Oh, for a start, that isn't going to work. You ready? Yeah, it didn't turn because they're clashing. But that's okay, though. I mean, we might better put a welder above. I want to see what's going to happen with this one. Okay, we've ignored this so far. What's going to happen over here? So, we need another conveyor belt over here that runs off this way. And what we need is, we need a counter. We'll go for a side counter. Okay. A side counter. There. And this is going to count to 8. I think. Here. When it gets to 8, it's going to push. Can I do this? No, it's all that's going to go wrong. No, of course that's going to fall down, you fool. I'm trying to take away some of the conveyor belts. Okay. I want to get off of here and have it being pulled away that way. When it gets to 8. Yeah, it doesn't actually take it away, does it? That's the problem. We can do that though because we can take this away. There you go. Right. We have sidelined this item here. Now this one needs to have that corner removed, but not the back. Is that going to work? No, it needs the front. It needs these two here removed, but not the back ones. That's not bad. We can do that. So it heads this way. And then what you do, all you do quite simply is... Am I going to clash with that pillar? Possibly. At the right point... you push it into some of these fellas. I think probably about here. I might be off. Hold on. No, there you go. Surprisingly easy. Okay, then we get to here. Almost there, isn't it? Where's that going to fall? Probably not in the right place. No, definitely not in the right place. But let's see where the slot are. Oh, actually, I need to turn it again, don't I? Okay. You donut. Let's watch again where it's supposed to be. We can always adjust this a little bit down here. It's nearly right, actually, I think. And I think what arrives there last, so the object that arrives last is the one we want to drive the whole thing on to its final destination. Which is probably going to be this piece, I think. Have I done that right? Yeah, you need to be far forward is what you need to be. Ah. Now this one's going to have to drive it on, I think. Or the arrival of this is going to have to drive it on because this is going to hook around that corner of that one. These guys have got to be a bit further forward, I think. I can already see it going wrong down here, by the way, over here. But we'll sort that out in a minute if we can. Those two are now welded together. What I'm thinking is this one holds here until... oh, why am I even bothered? I can see it blooming going wrong down here. It's so frustrating. This one holds here until we see... this one arrive, then we push this off. That's what I'm thinking of. Ugh. This thing is such a shameful travesty. And the problem is it's not actually going to work right now, I don't think, because of this. Because that we need to do one more welding job, which I don't think will work. And there's still bits going wrong over there, which is what I'm so annoyed about. Okay, no, that's not too bad. That will work. We need to move it slightly to the side, but we can put a welder there. So that is fine. I think it will come down in the right place. And we need to do a slight wiggle to get it into the right place. We can get one working, maybe. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, they're welded together. And then we do one step to the side and then forward. It worked once. Right, this thing's a bloody travesty. Look at it, I'm ashamed of it. I'm always ashamed of these things when I produce them. So the problem here is, I think, yeah, it's okay. So this is the issue about the timing. This is what I don't like about doing timing like this, is how things can go wrong because the production is not what you're expecting it to be. So over here, the way we did this is we trigger the drop No, this one's not the same, is it? This one we trigger the moving on of the block. This one, we can trigger the... What we can do is we can have a spot here, and this block will sit on here until what? Is the whole timing off? No, we could have a watch system there. We could have a conveyor belt. Have a sensor here. You fool. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can send it that way. Yeah, I can send it that way. So it will only move on when that happens. Okay. This one will sit here. And this hasn't arrived yet. But that's okay, because it's going to trigger when that comes through. Are we going to get a second? Have we got one come through? We're about to have one go through. Is number 2 going to work? Or is there going to be another break somewhere? Yeah, so this is happening too fast. So we have had a break. So why is that... Oh, something's fallen down there, look. Is it not welding? Let's see what goes wrong over here. Why did that one miss? Are they arriving too quickly? I told you, it's this damn thing over here. It's this goddamn feed. The way this works is really odd. Okay, 1 second. 2 together. 1. 2, and then 1. I need to fix this at the start. I need to try and do what I was doing at the start, which is where I have... I divide up the blocks that are coming out. So the problem seems to be... I'm not sure. It seems to be an artificial one. In that... From what I can see, the manufacture rate of these blocks here is faster than, and this side is faster than this side, and that means you end up with a constant imbalance between the two things. Okay, if I make a holding point here for holding these blocks, it just slowly fills up with blocks, more and more blocks. So if I keep going for now, we're okay for a while. And we've got 2. And we've got 2 in there. And after we get 3, and eventually it pushes them out onto the floor, see, after a while, from there. And I don't know what to do about it, because it seems like... So most of the game has been, up until now, the game has been very balanced in terms of how it produces the materials. It may be hard to bring them together, but it produces them at a reasonable rate that you can get the timing right. But now... it seems to have scrapped that and is it doesn't work anymore because of the way that the production is coming out, and I don't know what to do about it. I don't know if just moving everything across slightly will make a difference, because it seems to be a degenerate thing where I can't seem to sort it out unless... Let's see if this works. It's starting to go wrong again already, I think. Yeah, it's pushing that. It's pushed that one out. See what I mean? It's producing... I'm not taking an excessively long time to do the cutting over here. They're coming straight out. But these are being produced at a too fast a rate. So the only thing I can think of, which is a weird choice, is that I need to count these as they come out. And when it gets to 3, I destroy one of those blocks. Okay, I think I've discovered the issue here. I have to make a major design change. So, in the previous build I was using 4 of these blocks to make this. In the time it takes to make 4 of these blocks, we have made 5 of these, but we only need 2 of these and 1 of these. So I had to change how the whole design's being made. I need to take... I can't break down so much of this block. I need to do it so that for this first piece here, I use 1 of these, I cut out the middle block and I insert in the switch. For the second one, that's going to be tricky. For the second one, I cut out these 2 pieces and I put in a switch and a... Okay, 1 second. Okay. So at this point here, we have 3 of these blocks and we have 1 corner and 2 switches. 2 switches, 1 corner. So this is where the ratios are all going wrong. It is my fault. It's not the game's fault. It's my fault. I just thought I could take a shortcut on how I was cutting it, and it won't let me do that anyway whatsoever. So number 1 needs to lose this block here and get a switch inserted in. Number 2 needs to have this block and this block removed, and we have a switch and a corner. And this last one does the same thing we did before, but we turn it into that. We turn it into that last piece there, and then we bring them all together. Is that an easier answer than what I was doing before? I don't know. So the question is, how do we split this 3 ways? So we want 1 to come here and get the front chopped off, the second one to go here and get something else and get the other pieces chopped off, and the third one to go over here and become that. So I can't do a 3-point counter. So what I'm thinking is I could do one of the older methods, which is simply a sensor and a pusher. So for example, when this gets to here, when a block is sensed here, this pusher goes off and gets sent over that way. Yeah, nice and simple. Okay, we have a 3-way split. This one gets a bit chopped off, and then we have to unite it with that one over there. Okay. Such fun. In the meantime, this one needs to have a similar operation to this one. We have a familiar looking build over here where we spin that around, and then every second one, again, we don't have to use a timer for this, we could use a just a sensor for this. Every time, so for example, we could use a sensor watching this one to kick the second one off, but it's too big a gap between them. So what we'll do instead is we'll use a counter that goes here. No, not that one. That one. And every time it gets to 2, it pushes off the side. And the other one goes over here. Right, so we need to send, because we've got 2 of these coming out. Yeah, we are clashing a little bit. I should really have changed this because the objects are clashing. I really need to get these pieces across over here, and they are... Ugh, it's ugly. It's ugly, it's ugly, it's ugly. It's fine. or isn't. Is it? I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Well, that one worked, but if we've got... I don't know if we've got room to do this part over here. I think I've jammed it up a bit too much. We might have to move this later. But at least this joins that one together. But then how do I easily bring these together over here? Right, now I'm just trying to get too clever by half. So what I've done is, I've realised I don't have to make this end first. Okay. What I can do is, if I make this block, which has the switch and the corner in it, what I can do is switch and corner, send those out, make that first by chopping 2 chunks out of this one. Yeah? Make that one first, then make the other piece, this side, second. That is fine. But I've gone extra far to be extra clever from here, which is I thought about duplicating this conveyor belt and making it for this one. But what I can do instead is I can use the same thing is happening to these blocks, both of these blocks. So what I can do is I can send them all down this conveyor belt here. And what happens is this one gets produced, then this one, then this one. And this counter counts to 3. So 1 and 2 get sent straight on for this block here. Number 3 gets sent over here. Then the cycle resets. Okay, I'm actually quite proud of that. If it works, I've had to separate these in this way and put a pusher in here, because if you don't have this here, these two end up too close to each other and they stop. This one stops this one from turning because they're produced at the same time, see? And the time it takes for this to turn means this one catches up and stops it turning around properly. Okay, so what we end up with is these two going along here. Now, how do we do this? Well, of course, we have a second timer here, and the second timer causes one to go here and one to go here. And to move this on, we will use a sensor that occurs here. But this is the second block. In the second block to trigger the moving on, which will be done by probably a pusher of some sort. It's not great. I've had to use 2 lots of welders because of things clashing. I might be able to take that away later, but I had to put the welders in there to stop this block getting left behind. But we have made that piece there. Now, what we need to do now, though, is sort out this one over here, which is quite wrong, but we can sort it out. We can fix this one here. Well, it ain't pretty, but it sort of works. I need to put some welders in, though. So at that point there, I need a couple of welders to catch it on the way past. There we go. What are we doing? Again, the wrong thing. Let's have a look. And that is item number 1. Okay, it's slowly coming together. We need a rotator. That's probably not in the right place, though. I need to rotate it differently to that. We need to move it over this way probably as well. Let's forget that for now. We need a rotator for this one as well, which comes out first. Yeah, I don't really want to rotate it like that, though. It was going to clash with the other one, so I need to move it sideways a little bit first, I think. How about that? It's not bad, and we can have a single conveyor there. Put it on the staging area. Again, I know it's not quite lined up properly. It doesn't. I don't want it to be lined up perfectly because how this one comes in. This one. Hold on. Okay, that seems to be coming together. It surprised me as much as it surprises you. Don't worry. And then it needs to be welded about here. It's 1 too high. Let's have a look at that. It appears to be correct. Now, it still might start to generate in here. I don't know. But we're going to do exactly what we did last time, which is we're going to carry on regardless. Oh, we're not quite... We're nearly there, but I'm messing it up at the last minute with this stuff. Damn. How do I need to change this? Hold on. Oh my god. Right, okay. It seems to be working, but have I made another degenerate system? I am a degenerate, and I'm very tired. So, can I even finish this? Let's see if we can get a second one. Let's just run it and see if we get a second one come out. Oh my god, it appears to work. So, this needs tidying up, but it seems we can get to the end. And the answer is that I wasted a lot of time just because I talked about the problem of feed at the start, didn't I? That many hours ago, and I didn't monitor it properly. I think it's an experience in doing the game. Well, not experience. Out of practice is the better term. I'm out of practice with playing the game. Is the problem because I haven't. As I say, I've been going back to old levels and thinking about them and redoing those, but not about doing new ones. So, and this is a far nicer and simpler system than the first one I made. Just misthinking. Right, let me try and tidy this up a little bit and make it look a whole lot nicer. Nice view out there. There's some sort of superheated planet out there. Either because we're either too close to the main solar body, or maybe it's being squeezed by a gas giant we can't see. Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, but I think I've finished tweaking this as much as I can in terms of taking out blocks that aren't needed and thinning things down. Which wasn't a huge amount, but I've done what I could where I could. Let's just see if it runs through to the end, and I'll see how terrible I am compared to everybody else. Pretty bad normally. Is it going to fall down part of the way through? Doesn't seem to be. Cool. What a waste of time at the start, though. All that creation I made. Yeah, I'm usually, as usual, pretty average as far as most things go. Shall we have a quick look at the next one? A quick peek. Interesting. We're painting a dot in the middle. There you go. That was me struggling for a long time to do probably quite a simple puzzle. There you go. I like these occasionally. We'll do the laser calibration target one soon and see what I can do as far as puzzling out how to track a big block onto everything apart from... I'm starting to think. That's right. I'm starting to think about it already. I'll go to sleep thinking about this now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you didn't tear your hair out too much and watching this. Take care of yourself, and I shall hopefully see you again next time.